we do not have what you call constituency allowances. They do not give it to us. It's not there. So what we have to do is lobby infrastructural development, lobby things to our constituency, to the constituents, and to the constituency we help out. We make sure we help out with admissions, even traveling abroad. I've done so many of that in facilitating trips abroad for education, vacation, whatever it is, even letting people understand that all it takes is listening. All it takes, even to the youth. So what I do sometimes is I pick some of these, as they call them, area boys, the ones that are responsible and have a lot of following. I pick their boss. Sometimes I ask the boss, okay, give me 1 or 2 people. I'm traveling here. I want them to come and understand and experience. I think we're about 30. Also in collaboration with the local government.
He's a professional lobbyist. He can lobby even the debt. The debt will wake up and say, I have agreed with you now. So he does that a lot. He uses influence as a legislator to lobby a lot of things to the constituency. In fact, there is a project that I have to mention. That was a free medical surgery program that we did. Surgical program that we did, that we have to operate about 28 different ailments. Fibro, hernia, cataract of the eyes, and growth. So we operated over 28. Even the Speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly was around, and our own dear Speaker then, the National Assembly Speaker, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, was around to greet the occasion. In fact, when he wanted to do that program, I was afraid, because the activities towards his third time is about to kickstart. And he just called and said, he has this kind of thing that I want to do. I said, no, not now. Because anything should happen, people will turn it around. Probably he has used somebody to do ritual so that he can win an election. But he put up a challenge to us, and he said, but you said you are a Christian. You people should go and pray. And from day one, fasting and prayer. And we did about 28 operations. And to the glory of God, there was any case of casualty. Everything was successful.
There are, however, misgivings by some who, despite the efforts made to improve human capacity through various intervention projects set by Honorable Desmond, a rather disturbing view by this beneficiary of the lag ride made possible for him and others seems to suggest that some persons, after being given food, still insist you chew it and swallow for them.
I don't know anything about transport. Then I don't know, just want a lot locate this model for me. Well, I give it to driver. As they locate this model for me, it's a installment payment. But by that time, I don't know how to drive. I don't know how to do anything. I drive it to Beggar. But the day where I drive it to Beggar, where I park like this, the company lock it, and they find me 60,000. I'm a new person for driving. I just want to, as I don't try many drivers, I will say that they shock this for my leg.
So what do you want to make Honorable do for you?
What I want to make Honorable do for me is that now I get this now for this month now 100,000.
Ó promise mi kan kò tí ṣe fún mi láti jọ yìí. Ọ́fíìsì yẹn ni ó ta mi lówà. Kí sára sí Sùúrù àbí sára sí Mùṣín ni. Kò yí kankan jẹ kó o jẹ rí ẹrù.
Desmond's popularity and efforts to bring good to the people will, however, overshadow his givings of a few.
Ṣọlá èèyàn dáadáa ni adájọ́ máa yẹ̀ ní asọ̀rọ̀ máa tà sí táyé wáyé àjọ tí ló máa ṣe nǹkan látọjọ́ ta best man for the job ni àtọjọ́ ta ti fi síbẹ̀ a regret ẹ̀.
ó ṣe dáadáa gbogbo constituency ẹ̀ ó ṣe dáadáa everybody ló àwọn kan ní àkóṣe fáwọn ọmọ tí kò lè kárí tọ́bálàjọ ń pé wájọ ń pinnu ọ̀gá mi ni but ó ṣe dáadáa ní constituency ẹ̀
àbí tó bá ti ṣe
àfẹ́fẹ́ parọ́ nìkan ló kù ó ṣe dáadáa everybody.
yeah, constituency one we do he does, so we gotta do for him too. That's just it. So nǹkan tí fẹ́ sọ fún ó yẹ kó ọpọlọ wọn ti sọ jí lórí ẹ̀. So that's just it.
Kò sí ọ́fíìsì náà ó máa drive wá bẹ́ẹ̀ ó máa drive wá bẹ́ẹ̀ débi pé àwọn èèyàn gangan tó jẹ́ another constituency wọ́n máa fi yan gan pé ṣebí honourable kan lélẹ̀ tó wá bá wọn tiẹ̀ bíbá òun nìkan wọ́n máa ní ṣe bóun ló drive wá bá wọn tiẹ̀ yìí àwọn honourable wọn àwọn òrí kankan but òun nìkan.
Let him go on to this present assessment so that we can ask him everything holistically. Let's give it to architect. There's no how architect will spend. Last we pay children's school fees in Canada.
Honorable Olusola runs an extremely busy schedule daily at the constituency and at the assembly complex, where he receives, on the average, 50 persons daily on a diverse range of issues to proffer solutions to. There is no time to waste. As Chairman, Committee on Works and Infrastructure at the Assembly, Honorable Desmond Olusola Elliot's actions are crucial to Africa's fastest growing constituency, with its attendant challenges and issues to do with infrastructure development seems a thorn in the flesh.
And they are also chairing some meetings. But that being said, we'll still move on as planned. All right, so I will start with, to give respect to whom respect is due. I'd like to find out why the second contractor didn't come on that day we came for our oversight.
This project started over 10 years ago. It is yet to see the light of day. Desmond will have no more of this attitude to the completion of the project. There is no backing down for a dogged corruption fighter.
I've been asked for 8.68 billion naira. Last month, he was in charge of education. I told him I want money. He said, "Oh, it's recorded everywhere." Over 6 months, I did not collect advance payment from Lagos State. Over 6 months, I borrowed 1.250 billion from Zenfly. By that time, I completed all the foundations. I'm sure some of the ministry staff, they were there. The foundation is 1.2 meter high, concrete. We call it raft foundation. 1.1 meter high. And I completed the market. I was working on it. I completed it with that money. After 6 months, they gave me advance payment. But the advance payment, they gave it to me in 6 tranches.
Okay, so
The matters
so we got additional work. So this,
yes,
this,
like you notice, I blame the ministry for not calculating that into the new contract and issuing you. It's either issuing by way of additional work or you change that contract, say we are giving you this. So the money we've given you may not take you to 70%. The money we are giving you should take you to so percent.
Sorry, I didn't mention that. I don't know why you actually mentioned, but I need to mention it now.
In the first contract, we also got in November last year the sum of 366 million 770
In November.
last year.
He is also a member of the Committee on Finance, Local Government Administration, Tourism, Arts and Culture, where he gives valid contributions to problems brought before it. Constantly on the move, establishing new relations with appointed cabinet members in Lagos State.
Let's go, guys.
Like the Commissioner for Youth. Youth-based endeavors received speedy considerations. The same holds sway, be it in the office or in front of the assembly complex. Matters of concerns are proffered solutions on the go.
I'll get a copy of this.
Going through the books at the constituency office captures the very essence of being close to the people. A clearer view of what the daily running of the office of the people is recorded with daily updates. A member of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, Honorable Desmond Olusola Elliot, from his early beginnings as an actor, matured into script writing and producer. In 2015, he ran for office and was elected as member, House of Assembly, Surulere Constituency 1, taking over from Honorable Femi Gbadabiamila, who served one term as Speaker of the House of Representatives and currently Chief of Staff to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As a representative of the people, Honorable Elliot's compassion touches families, friends, and the entire community. The sudden death of a Nollywood actor and his wake keep at the local government council office rekindles Shola's sense of compassion and comradeship.
You can see that all of us are gathered for the wake keep of one of our colleagues, Reginald Ebere. You can see him here. The other day we were at the National Stadium. He will not only be present, he will give and support towards it. And not only that, I see all of the things he does, and they are all quite commendable.
Even in the Bible, it says when you give somebody a little and he does well, then you give him more. In the little he is done, if he's given opportunity, he will do more.
There's no point recounting all of those, all of the unique things that he has done, but they are very remarkable. They are published. You can see them everywhere.
He's a person that if you meet him one-on-one, if you need something, if he cannot do it, he will tell you, oh, my brother or my sister, see me so day, and I believe he will do it. He has been doing it, and I believe he's still doing better now.
The miraculous. They will do that which will amount to pleasant surprises in your life. In the name of Jesus.
There is more. The Fire Service Department and the Water Board, which supplies the entire Surulere with water, testify of the tremendous impact his administration has brought, while wishing him a higher calling to serve the people.
And he also gave them the, what they call it? HMO, yeah. Give us 5 slots.
So where is the transformer?
Yeah, the transformer is very close here.
Good,
Yes. He's been so kind to us. He's one of the best representatives we have so far. Since when Honorable Badabi Amila introduced him to us, he has been proactive. Whenever we call him, whenever we have any issue, he always come around and sort it for us. These transformers have both the Federal Fire Service and the Nigerian Police Force. The Nigerian Police Force barrack.
So you have got constant electricity here as a result of this transformer?
Honestly, since when he gave us this transformer, at least we are more grateful, because all of before, we always have issue with our former transformer. Every 2 days, we always have issue. But since when he gave us this new brand transformer, then our light has been constant. Personally, that if we send him to Abuja, he will perform more wonder. Because as far as Federal Fire Service is concerned, we need someone who can advocate about the Federal Fire Agency at the national level.
His father is a politician. The father loves he's a member of APC. That's his late father. He's a member of APC. So when he started this, I said, he took his father's footsteps. He's doing well. The community, they love him. They like him. Surulere area and even this our street, they love him very well. They say good things about him.
Through legislation, Honorable Desmond Olusola Elliot desires to see a Lagos of orderliness, occupation, noiselessness, and serene, compared to Beijing, China, which has the same population as Lagos.
But people don't make noise because there's no avenue for that. There are certain rules and morals, values, cultural practices that we have as a people that are not necessarily in the Constitution of the Federal Republic or in our laws. That is where the orientation agency comes to play. They disseminate information on the evolving dynamism as far as values and culture is concerned, especially to the younger generation, in sensitizing them on what used to be and how we can live together. So this come in form of media, in form of practices or information dissemination, advocacy in different local governments of the state, so that people begin to understand how to live with one another. And because the demand for standard of living is becoming very high, there's a need for us to relate better and not become an isolated land. In those days, when a child is born to the community. Today, it's just you, myself, and I. And that is not our African practice. So the Lagos State Orientation Agency not only brings out the culture and the values that we have as a people, but we have as Yoruba people, or we have as human beings, how we can relate from one person to another. So it's something that helps in sensitizing the public. So that helps even in abiding more with the Constitution. It also opens your mind into entrepreneurial work, where you can assess this, where you can go to that, how you can grow as an entrepreneur, which is very important today. In those days, everybody looks for government work, services, but today people are now thinking outside the box. And in so doing, the orientation agency also helps you, aids in giving you direction on what to do. Another one is also the growth of the social media. So this orientation agency also helps you as the citizens of the state and government in understanding that, oh, things are not the way it used to be, things have evolved. How can we do it within the ambit of the law? That's what the orientation agency will do. Every democratic world will always have the presence of the legislature. And in a situation where the people who have gone through a lot of autocratic or military regime would not see the import or the impact of the legislative work, on the people or the citizens, it's very imperative that we have an institute that caters to that. So that helps in letting the people understand. So if you want to study more on the legislature, you can come to that institute. Even for legislators themselves, for training and retraining of legislators, staff and all that. So this Legislative Institute and Democratic helps in bringing the tenets of legislature to the public and to the legislators themselves. Also in helping defining our democratic principles. I am one who believes very strongly in defining our democracy. We cannot fashion our democracy in the way the Western world is doing. It will not work because our beliefs are different. What we consider democratic may not be democratic to the Western world. What they consider democratic may not be permissible here. I feel that in understanding ourselves as Nigerians, we must understand that we are diverse in tongues, languages, tribes, and religion. So as such, Lagos being a cosmopolitan state needs us to understand, because we are a small country, so we need to understand democratically how we should coexist, how we can take pride in the fact that we are different. And in that complexity, we begin to have a high level of achievement because we respect each other and one another because we are different. So that's the idea of having that kind of democracy. In other climes, the English people speak English. The Americans speak the American English/English. Many of all these climes where you have steady democracy, they have just one or two languages. But you are here where you have 700 and something dialects and so many languages. So we must be able to understand how we can relate to ourselves and see how we can grow our democracy the way we have fashioned it to be. So it's very imperative. That's why you have the institute, so they can study harder, do lots of research, and see how they can bring out ways by which we can coexist. So that's those are the reasons.
As Honorable Elliot's impact runs deep for individuals and organizations, it is worth noting that the doers of good can only be assigned more to do at a higher office. This perhaps summarizes the impact felt by Olusola Desmond Elliot, member representing Surulere Constituency 1 in Lagos.
So go to his office.